Hi, this is Avar from Scrappy Mania, and today I want to bring you a very quick and easy project for the holidays. And I want to show you how to create a gift card. And it's a card that's going to be able to put your gift card in it, and it's going to be very cute. So let me show you what you need for the project. So you're going to need some kind of either snowflake, tree, or whatever you want to use for the front panel. And I'm using this set of snowflakes, and I'm only going to be using these two, and it's from the Stupendous, and don't have the name of it. It pulled out. It actually, I cut it off, but it's the one with the snowflakes. So I'm going to be using the medium snowflake and the small snowflake for my embellishment. I'm also going to be using this embossing folder, and it's called, it doesn't have a name, but it's the one that has the swirls on it. So I'm going to be using that. I'm also going to be using a phrase says from Santa. And this is from the Fiskars Season Greeting stamp. So I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be using some Memento ink. I resurrected some of my deco scissors. So I'm going to be using this one that has a small little scallop. I already cut some of my panels down. So this one is 4x4 and this is 3x3. And I'm using my deco scissors to cut on the 4x4, so I'll have a nice little scallop border on my 3.5 by 3.5. I also went ahead and cut down my card. So this one measures 10.25 by 4.25. And you can get 2 cards out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11. I also brought out my envelope punch board, so I'm going to show you how to use this for this project, and it's going to make something very, very nice. I got some detail clear embossing powder, and I also brought out my metallic ink. The gold metallic ink from Encore. I'm going to use that for my my snowflakes, and I wanted to put some detail embossing powder so my snowflakes will have some dimension. And I'm also using Memento ink. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the sentiments. So I'm going to ink this up. Now I'm going to take my snowflake, and I'm going to use some of this metallic ink. Okay, and before it dries, I'm going to go ahead and dump some of this detail embossing ink. Okay, so there's my snowflakes, and then I'm going to take some of my color pencils, and I'm going to color. I'm going to color my Santa in the traditional colors green and red. So now I'm just going to cut out my snowflakes. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put, it needs something at the edges, so going to go ahead and put some of this ink at the edges, and then we're going to put a rhinestone in the center of that. And set that aside to dry. So now that we have got all our embellishments for our card, we're going to go ahead and take our card, the 10.25 by 4.25, and then we're going to score it at 5.5 and at 8.25. Okay, then we're going to fold this over and then fold this over. And then I want to give it a little decorative edge right there. So that's where my corner puncher comes in, or my envelope punch. And I want to go ahead and bring this corner right in the center of my corner puncher right there. So see how it's in the middle? Right there. That's where I want to put my edge and punch down. So it gives it that nice little shape right there. And then I'm going to bring my my card up to the 2 7/8. Well, actually, let's do 2 3/4 of an inch right here. So you see 2 3/4. You're going to bring it there and then punch down. And you have that nice little shape. And I want to cut, so I'm going to make sure I have this right there. And I want to cut the little edge here. Oh. And the last thing I want to do is I want to put some sticky adhesive. Okay, so there. Now I want to emboss this little portion right here. So I'm going to get my embossing folder. And I just want to emboss just up to there. And it has a nice little raised edge, you can see there. And I can go ahead and kind of use some ink, but I want to leave it like that. I don't really want to kind of really mess around with it. So then this is going to go there. So before I place that there, I want to go over with my deco scissors and cut an edge. So the trick to get a nice straight line is you're going to, when you put your deco scissors down, make sure you measure. So I'm using the measurement right there, right here. There's a little ledge. So notice where I'm actually putting, and I'm not going all the way through. Then I'm going to use the last, where that last cut right there, I'm putting my deco scissor right in the same form, and then I'm using this guideline right there. There's a little edge right there, and I'm gonna make it parallel. See how it's parallel to my paper? So that's what I'm using to kind of gauge. Okay, and then we're gonna turn it around, do the same thing, and then you do the same thing on the other side, trying to make all your scallops match up if you can. And just keep doing that around all 4 sizes. And you'll get a pretty square shape. And then now I'm just gonna put my pattern paper, and it fits perfect now that I have cut out the scallops. Okay, so I want to put a ribbon, and maybe I want to put a gold ribbon around there. I'm going to use regular tape. Should work very nicely. Okay, so you're not going to see that at all. It's going to be hidden. Then I'm going to use some of this glue. Okay, and now I'm ready to go ahead and adhere that there. Look how pretty that will look. But before I start putting before I put the snowflake on the card, I want to go ahead and show you how it fits perfect. Your gift card fits perfect in the pocket. And then I decided that I wanted to go ahead and stamp from Santa on the card itself. So I'm stamping this on the area that did not get embossed. And then I decided that I wanted to cut the Santa because these are the ones that I've stamped on a white piece of cardstock, and then I used my color pencils to color in the letters with green and red. And I decided to cut the letter out and then place them on top of my stamp phrase there from Santa. And the last that's left is to place my snowflake on my card. Okay, so I finished my little gift card. Perfect to put a gift inside and with embossing on there. So I hope you like this tutorial and thank you for watching. Bye now.